300 videos, I think it's time for you to subscribe to my channel. So subscribe now. Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for tuning into the channel today and having a look at my 390 KTM adventure bike. So I've had this bike now about roughly a month, and I've put up 1150 kilometres, and one thing I find it lacks is grunt under 4000 revs, and that's especially if you head off into the paddock area. So I ordered a 14.2 Sprocket, here, front Sprocket, and the model number is 10-KT10-14. So I picked that up on eBay, and it cost me roughly, I think it was $40 including postage. So I've decided now, you know, to see if I can help it a little bit better when I jump into the paddocks on this bike, that I fit this 14-toother and see how this goes, and it might help that dead feeling you get when you ride this bike as soon as you hit the paddocks. So that's the plan, and now all I've got to do is execute it. I've never fitted a front sprocket before, so I don't think it'd be all that hard or difficult. And the bike's with 1150 k's, it's due for its first service, but I've just been having a bit of slight delay booking it in. There's a bit of slack in this original chain at this stage, so it shouldn't be that hard going from the factory 15 tooth to drop back to a 14 and getting it on. So to give you an idea, you would be removing this 6mm hex here, which has got a spacer in the top, so you don't want to drop that one. Then you've got 3 8mm bolts, and that removes the front cover, which will expose your front cog, which is held on, I think, by 2 8mm bolts. Now if we head down towards the rear wheel, and to undo the rear wheel, we've got a 17mm bolt at the back to allow for wheel adjustment. You've got a 14 there, and for the minor adjustment to slide it back and forth, you've got a 10mm there. And around the other side, the socket was 7/8, so it fits on there quite well. So apart from that, that's about all you need, and I think now I can just rip her out and see what happens from there. Okay, we've got the 6mm here. Loosen that one off. And remember, this is held by a spacer there, so don't lose that one. We've got 3 8mm in the sockets. We'll get those out of the way. Now we can take a look at the front cog, and there it is, held on by 2 8mm bolts. I was actually expecting these to be on a lot tighter than I'd expect, but they're not all that tight. One is, but the other one's not too bad. Now if you take a look at this, I suppose some sort of a base plate, if you try to pull it straight out, you just can't get it. So the idea is to twist it and then remove it that way, and it will slide off. Sort of pushes in and blocks somehow the way the teeth line up, so you twist it a little bit to the in a clockwise direction and then pull back. So that's that one out of the way. I actually thought I might be able to pull this front cog out without doing any adjustment or loosening of the back wheel, but it doesn't look like I can get it anywhere near enough movement on that front cog to be able to pull it out, so I think I'll have no choice but loosen off the back wheel, push it forward, take the slack off the chain more, and then get it that way. Thought I'd have to undo the back wheel at this stage, but I just put a screwdriver behind the back part of the front cog there, and then put my fingers down in the bottom section of the chain. I was able to work it back and forth, and just by manoeuvring it back and forth was able to work the front cog, and then it ended up slipping off the spline there. So okay guys, got the old sprocket out, front sprocket, new one in place. All I've got to do now is fit the bolts in to hold it in place, put a bit of blue Loctite on them prior to tightening them up. And with the amount of slack now, I've got no choice but go to the back wheel now and undo it. And I'll just mark the top of the adjuster there, so that when I undo this nut, I just tighten both of them exactly the same, like a washer. It was a bit tight fit on here, and I really couldn't get it on, so I just used the original KTM one to hold the new one in spot because it lined up perfectly. Job's complete. Change toner. So wheels tightened, everything's working alright. I haven't got enough time to get out and test this bike this afternoon with the 14 tooth sprocket, but I probably will have tomorrow because I want to go out this afternoon and shoot a new intro to the channel. But we'll see how this pulls off now, just in the yard here. I can usually tell that before you need a little bit of revs to get it going, so we're in first. Yeah, it seems very quick off the mark now, so I'd say there's going to be a fair, we'll give her another burst. Just let me see if we're in neutral. Might just whip the camera up a bit higher. About there. First. Yeah, it seems really fast off the mark, and I would say it'll pull along pretty well. So I might just try a slower speed now. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't think it's capable of a slower speed as that Kawasaki there, the 230, but compared to before where this had bogged down and wouldn't take off, I actually think it'll be a big improvement compared to what I had with the factory 15 tooth. So we'll run it once more. Yeah, look at that, I can come along now. This is very confined. Yeah, so tomorrow, subject to how the weather is, I'll see what happens, and you can tell me. Yeah, that appears good. I can definitely notice the difference in there. So if I can notice it in such a confined space here, manoeuvring through these bikes and cars, I should be able to notice it pretty well. So I want to get out. I've got a over 150 kilometre run now to go and try to shoot this new intro I want to try for this channel. And you might even be able to comment if it goes all right what you think of that one too. So tomorrow could be the day I'll take this back to the same spot where I originally tested it now with the 14 tooth sprocket. We'll just see how it performs. So once again, thanks for coming in, taking a look, and catch up with you later.